We live. Okay, we're now live. I want to thank everybody for watching Appliance Boot Camp, family and friends. Tonight we're going to have a special guest. We'll give YouTube a few minutes to go out and let everybody know that we are here live. I want to thank everybody who came, who supported the popcorn business and bought popcorn. You all created a job for me for this weekend, so I'll be popping popcorn all weekend. We sold out of popcorn today, so I want to thank everybody who went online and ordered popcorn. Your orders are coming out, and like I say, I got to be popping popcorn from now to the end of the weekend to get the popcorn out and to restock my store. Once again, thank everybody for tuning in. I got another course that's going to be coming out before Christmas. It's going to be all my Christmas present to you all. I'm going to have the virtual assistant course that's going to come out next week. So look for that one, how to actually get your virtual assistant set up. And I'll be going over that on Monday, on the Monday show. But today, we got a young man that's going to come talk to us. He's an actual assistant principal. And we're going to talk about the pipeline from high school to college. We all talk about the skilled trades, how well the skilled trades are for us. And like I said, when Frederick Douglass in the middle of slavery, he told the African-American men, learn a trade or starve. It still holds true to today. You all who have came out and actually bought the course, came out, started you all business, who quit y'all jobs, who now are making $100,000 a year. Y'all seeing what the skilled trade holds. If you read the newspaper and see the stuff that they got going online about appliance repair, there's no new appliances coming. They're saying that we're going to be in this rut of broken appliances till 2022 probably. So we got another year of great success coming. But what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about the skilled trades in high school, and if the kids are really taking advantage of it, and how the actual school system kind of pushes everybody to go to college. You all who have came to Appliance Boot Camp, and I've heard y'all stories of being in debt with student loans. Some of y'all close to 6 figures in debt with student loans, and how the school systems is pushing people towards that. We're just going to talk about that, and this is not to put down any of the public school systems or anything. We just making everybody aware of how things operate. So from here, I'm going to let my guest introduce himself. So we'll go right ahead. You can tell them who you are.
Hello, Appliance Boot Camp. My name is Xavier Wallace. As Brother Sneed over here mentioned,
you don't have to tell him. Don't tell him what school you're assistant principal. Okay, he's an assistant principal. Okay,
don't Google me either.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm an assistant principal. I've been working in education for going on about 8 years now. I love it. It's something great. It's something impactful. But it's just as impactful as what you all are doing. So I asked Brother Sneed if I can come here and kind of tune in, and I've been randomly put in front of camera and on microphone with you all today. So I want to take advantage of the opportunity. First and foremost, to say thank you. Shout out to all of you all who are logging in and coming to visit Brother Sneed and learning from him, and then going off and then creating your own business and creating your own appliance repair or ice cream startup, or everything that Brother Sneed here is doing. Shout out to you guys, because you all are just as important as the students that I serve every day.
Okay. So what we're going to do, currently at your high school, do they offer skilled trades? When I was in high school, we had auto mechanics, we had brick mason, we had residential wiring, which I took. We had all the skilled trades there. How about nowadays? Do they still offer skilled trades?
Public schools are offering skilled trades, everything from culinary to welding. Students can engage in different courses about agriculture, as well as business, dealing with computers and coding and Adobe and all of that good stuff is available for students in the public school system today.
Okay. And with that, with the skilled trades, are the kids really getting pushed towards that, or is that kind of like a catch-all when when I was going to school? It was kind of like you had 2 tracks. You had one where you were going to college, and the other one, if you were going to skilled trades shop, you was kind of the kids they kind of wanted to push away on the other side. It wasn't something they were pushing the top learners at. Is that still true today, or is that a little different?
It's a very tough question. I think that there are so many independent variables that play into what a student decides to do while they're in high school and even afterwards. I've come across several students who their parents may own a business, or their parents may work in a specific trade or with a specific skill, and they may be more inclined to want to do that as well. Not only because they're already privy to the information and they have that knowledge and that ability, but also because it's what they've known through their rearing. They've seen it all their life, so they've been a part of it, or maybe even worked in a business or a company owned by their parents. So they may do that. But then you also have the independent variable of the students who their parents attended college.
Mm-hmm.
So all their life, they may understand that the expectation for them is to attend college. So then they're probably going to be more inclined to do that. So I think it depends on the student's upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it depends on the student's influences while they're in school. Different teachers, different counselors, different principals have different impacts on people.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on what kind of impact they received at home, mixed with the impact they receive in the building, more often than not, ultimately defines their future.
Okay. I just want to tell, some people say they had a little bit about the sound. Let me know. Put a 1 in the comment if the sound is okay now. If not, I can adjust it. All right. So going back to that question, with now, from my understanding, I could be wrong. Does the school system monitors and track how many kids actually leave your high school and actually enroll into the college university?
That's correct.
And does that score actually impact maybe some of the administration? So if you have a low enrollment of kids leaving your high school, going to enroll in college, do they then push that back towards the administration?
I don't know if I can speak directly towards
Okay.
the impact that it may have on a school, but it is something that's considered, and it's something that is discussed in certain settings for sure.
Okay, all right. So now how about kids who are leaving and going out and becoming entrepreneurs or joining the skilled trades? Are those kids actually tracked at all?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. At the school level, I would say so. Above the school level, above the building level, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, but they do track above the building level when they if they're going into the university and they enroll.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So when not see stuff like that, that lets me know that hey, somebody has a vested interest in getting these kids going over into the college. Do y'all actually see kids who might not be college ready or be? I hate to say this sometimes. Everybody try to tell me everybody is college material, but I say sometimes kids might not be college material. They if they don't have good study habits and they're not real studious in high school, you see them still pushing those kids, trying to get them into the universities.
I think that's something that's specific to the school, specific to different schools.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something specific to different counseling departments and different administrative staffs.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have heard of schools and come across schools who want to work specifically with students to engage them and do different type of assessments that ultimately decide what they want to do. So then we can kind of work towards, helping them accomplish their goals. So
Okay.
if we have a student that comes to us and say, hey, I want to go to college, then we're going to do everything in our power to push them in that direction. We got a student say, hey, I want to become an entrepreneur, or hey, my whole plan is to become enlisted. Then, we want to work with them to get them where they want to be ultimately. So I think there are assessments that the counseling departments and administrative staff put out towards students to kind of assess what they want to do and then to help catapult them in that direction.
Okay. All right. Does any consideration with the finances of the family, when you got kids whose family haven't put anything away for them, they haven't prepared for them to go to college, and do y'all actually warn those kids about the pitfalls of the student loan trap?
So again, I think that's something that's specific to the individuals that are in positions to speak with and work with students. There are counselors who have experienced attending college and their parents not having anything put away, or administrators or teachers or community stakeholders that students may come across that have also, fallen victim to those
Right.
pitfalls, and they may make them aware. Social economic status is a major thing that plays into going to college. Like, if your parents have been fortunate enough to and have the foresight enough to put money away for you to attend college, your track might be a little easier from a standpoint of graduating and being debt free. Or if you've done an outstanding job in the classroom and you receive scholarships, then you worked along with yourself, as well as people that want to support you. You work to obtain a scholarship, and you don't have to worry about student loans. But then there are people who maybe were a little bit less fortunate, or maybe their parents didn't put money away or didn't plan for them to go to school, and it is their desire to go to school, so they then incur debts that student loans kind of fund their way through school, but they have to pay them back. And recently, I think it's been a recent trend that people have been talking about college being a scam, or student loans being a scam, and them ultimately keeping them in debt after they graduate. Some people who maybe enter a job field where the pay isn't substantial enough to pay the student loans, or it may take a ridiculous amount of time for them to overcome that debt. So I think it's contingent specifically upon what the student wants to do, what the parents have set aside, or if they have planned for it, and it's tough. Like, that student loan debt is tough.
Yeah. I personally, I don't know anybody who have student loans who have paid it off. I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody that has went to college, got student loan debt, worked and paid all their debt off? Personally,
I'm not sure if I know anybody. I might know somebody.
Yeah.
I might know one or two people, but I if I had to bet on it, have they had incurred student loan debts and paid them all off? I don't think I feel comfortable.
Yeah, as they say, I'm getting kind of long in the tooth, and I've been out of college over 20 years now. And people who went to college with me, it seemed like their student, they haven't went back to college, but it seemed like their student loan has grown more, even though they're making payments on it. It's grown more, and it has putting them more into a more of a financial bond than sometimes if they had not have went to college. Sometimes, so. But I know in the education system, I know with there, when I was in corporate America, I was around a lot more college educated people all the time. But in the education system, I thought maybe you'd be around a lot more people who have went through that route. I know the people who come through here through Appliance Boot Camp, that's in student loan debt, they haven't paid theirs off, and some of them had really had told me they had no plan to pay it off. And the sad part about it, I've had grown men come through here and say they had got into their mind they would never be able to purchase a house. They were going to be renters all their life, and primarily because of student loan debt. All right. So what we're going to do here now, we're going to actually go through and read some of the comments in the chat, and this is the chat right here. And if you want to join in and read some of them, you can. If you want to call in, that's the call-in number. And today we're talking about the pipeline from high school to college, and how the high school actually monitors how many kids leave the high school and go enroll in college. So that let me know that, hey, somebody is pushing these kids towards this college, even though afterwards they're not getting any jobs. Be honest, there's not any jobs for them to get, if we be truthfully honest with it. Because of automation, the job market is gone. And when college was really pushed back in those days, you have to think it won't be really one person working. That was really men. But now you have women you got to compete against. You have other countries with H-1B1 visas you have to compete against. You got computers you got to compete against. There's no more jobs out there. And even though we're still pushing people to go to college and to be there for 4 years, some engineering degrees is now 6 years to get a degree in engineering. And as much math that they squeeze down now into the lower grades and stuff, I don't see why you have to be there that long. You all come here to Appliance Boot Camp, and in one weekend, I'm teaching you all how to read schematics, how to create a business. You go get an MBA MBA, you there for 2 years. You $50,000 in debt. I'm charging $850 for you to learn how to start your own business. You create a business, and you all are quitting y'all these good paying government jobs and railroad jobs y'all work for 20 years. Y'all quitting those jobs in less than a month after coming here, learning the appliance boot camp and learning how to start a appliance repair business. Who would think that fixing a washing machine and putting a belt on a dryer could charge $85 an hour and earn enough money to where it starts to kick the engineers' butt, it kicks the PhDs' butt, it kicks the doctors' butt. What I had done, I just bring you on the backstory. We had a contest where I would put the appliance repair business up against any other career they choose. So and we had to stop because people got mad at us. I started getting hate mail. People would start getting mad because we're showing what we could do. So we picked like a heart surgeon. A heart surgeon, I think, made like maybe $200 per hour. And so what I would do, I would go out and see repairing appliances if I could go out there and beat a heart surgeon and make more than $200 per hour, and I beat it. And people were getting mad. And we'll just tell them, hey, find us a career. And we say appliance boot camp, appliance repair is the jiu-jitsu of the careers. You know, when Horace Gracie first came out, was doing UFC, and he was doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, it looked ugly and nobody thought he could fight because he's laying on his back and putting people in arm bars, but he was kicking everybody's butt. That's appliance repair. Appliance repair, it don't look sexy and it don't look like somebody pay you that much to clean that dishwasher out, but it kicks butt. And we were doing that, and we had to actually stop because people were getting mad at us, saying, hey man, I had doctors call me and say, hey, they hate being a doctor. They hate it. They hate being a doctor, but they so far in debt, they have to go to work. They can't turn around and do anything different. And people were getting mad at us, so we had to actually stop. And what we were doing, we weren't just telling people the money. We'll go out and people were posting their money, posting their checks, posting their deposits, posting their bank accounts, and people got mad about it. So we had to actually stop. All right. Hey, how you doing, Greg B? G Brown, salute Uncle Mike and ABC fam. Sega Phonics, hey, what's up, family? Picture Man, good evening, Mike and ABC fam. Okay, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Okay, I had a good call with OK this week. OK called me, and he was doing his pregame for a clothes dryer. And I'm telling you, man, that the knowledge that you all have, like I say, the knowledge that you all have. OK called me up from a clothes dryer and explained everything about that. He knew everything in the world about that clothes dryer, how it operates, how it cycles, how the auto sense work. He knew everything about it. And when he went out there, I know it was a simple job for him because he had done the pregame. All right. Evening, Mike and ABC fam. Hey, how you doing, Engineer Appliance? Downtown Gutter. Hey, what's good? DCNF, what's up, Mike? My apps, what's up, Mike? Untamed Kango, evening, Mike. Hey, how you doing? Once again, that's the call in if somebody want to call in. Hey, how you doing? Hey, now, Dr. Funk, I got that popcorn order for you. So that'll be going out for you tomorrow morning. All right. ABC Ken, hey, how you doing? DCNF, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, J Real? Untamed Kango. Yeah, we got a little closer. Everybody say we're good now. Mike, greetings. Mike, do you charge family and friends your rate, Blue Book, or cut them a discount before you work on their appliances? Too many want it done at below a standard price or nothing. I'm gonna be honest. I do my in-laws and I do my parents stuff for free, but unfortunately, most of the time, my family can't afford my services. Unfortunately, because you have to look our appliance repair. We're targeting upper middle class families and homes. So most of my family, they're not going to be living in $300,000 houses and whatnot, unfortunately. Hopefully the generations coming behind me, because now we're learning about entrepreneurship, we're learning about money. Those generations will be able to get into those houses. But right now, if I wanted to be able to help my community that I came from, as far as my appliance repair business, I would have to actually sell them used appliances. flipping appliances, that's what they looking to pay $100 for a used washer. They're not looking to pay me $85, then pay me $300 to put a belt on. They just don't have it to pay. Even even my ice cream and stuff. My family do come and support that. But my parents, they think $4 for ice cream is too much. They want to go to McDonald's and pay $1. So unfortunately, it's just the economics that my parents and them are in, that what I do is going to be outside of their realm. And you'll find out too that your family friends, so you can do close people stuff, but the other ones, it might not be worth it, because you end up doing charity work, to be honest. Hey, how you doing, Dale Scott? You must know Wildflower Nature. They say cuz. That must be your cuz, the Wildflower Nature.
One of my favorite cousins right there. One of my all-time faves.
Okay. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. All right. J Real. Okay. Yeah, they got a good. Sounds good now. Hey, how you doing, Quentin Hodge? Mike, do you have your customers fill out website schedule, or do you fill it out for them, or both? No, I have them fill it out. During the summertime, when we get really, really busy, my daughter answers the phones and she'll fill it out sometimes. But all my customers now, and property management customers, they know to just go ahead and fill out the work orders. The property management companies that we do work for, they give out our information when people rent their properties, and they tell them if they have any problems with them, to just go to our website and fill it out. So we have trained everybody to do that, and that right there is a big help, because it frees you up not to be having a lot of time on the phone and whatnot. Okay, Tracy Wallace said that must be your aunt.
That's my uncle.
Oh, your uncle. Okay, all right, there you go.
Matter of fact, it's a good 10th D, bro.
Oh, good 10th D. Okay, hey, what's up, bro? All right, J Real. College is big money for them and big debt for everyone. Yeah, it's pushing it. And now I think it's going to change, because now people don't find out that they can learn online because of the COVID, where they were forced to go online. They're going to realize that they don't have to have as many teachers now, because people can learn online. And the university is going to realize they don't need to have that many buildings now, because you can be anywhere and go to the university. So I think the price might start to come down, because now they're not going to need the facilities. But as long as the government backs it, the reason why college price went so high, to be honest, is because the government got in. And it works the same way for you all in appliance repair. The government, before the government got in and doing these government-backed student loans, the cost of my parents had myself and my sister in college at the same time, and they were just working a regular factory job, and they could work and pay our way through college without taking out any student loans. I was fortunate to be one of the last generation to come through without student loans. They could work and make payments. Now your meal card might got cut off 1 or 2 times, but they could work and pay your way through college. They make payments, and at the end of the year, they didn't owe any money. Well, what happened? The government got involved and said, if you loan these people money, you loan low income people money, we guarantee that you're gonna get your money back, and we guarantee that we'll pay you up to $30,000 per year, and that's where it started off at. And what happened? All the universities jumped their tuition close to $30,000 a year, because the government was going to back it, and they just started telling you when you came in, just go ahead and fill out for financial aid student loan. My daughter, when she got ready to go to school, my daughter's going to school, and they force you to fill out for student loan financial aid. Now I say I'm paying out of cash, but still we want you to do that, because they want you to be able. They want to be able to get their money from you regardless. And so what happened? Just like you all, I told you all that the cutoff for the warranty companies is about $250 for you all to get to do warranty work. So everybody charged $250 because they know that's what the warranty company is going to pay. So that's what the university does. They know that the government is going to pay $30,000 a year. It don't went up now, but they know the government is going to pay that $30,000. So everybody going to make their tuition $30,000, and they're going to make you have to go get a student loan to pay it. Ted. Hey, how you doing, Ted? Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike Sneed, for helping to feed my family. All right, no problem, man. It's you all doing that. I appreciate it. Mike, when I was in school, they promoted college and looked down on the vocational trades, or if you wanted to be your own business owner. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. When I was in school, owning my own business never even crossed my mind. It had never crossed my mind. It was all about going to college and getting a degree and getting a good job. The Cosby Show was pushed down our throat. A different world, which was good because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have went to HBCU. But all that stuff was showing us that you this is the life that you're gonna have if you go to college and you get a degree. Your wife would be like Claire Huxtable. She'll be a lawyer, be home every night cooking and doing stuff with the family. I don't know how they done that as a lawyer. Same thing. He's a doctor. He's home spending time with family. I don't know how he done that as a doctor. Because when both of y'all go to corporate America and start working, you find out you don't have time to see each other. Corporate America takes all of that. Your kids get pushed off into daycare, and everybody's just busy, just trying to earn a living, and nobody's living anymore. It wasn't until, like I said, it wasn't until I got into appliance repair that I actually really started to make money. When I was an engineer, I couldn't even afford to get my hair cut. I tell everybody that. When I was an engineer, I couldn't afford to get a haircut. When I was in college and I was working as an appliance repairman, I was able to pay to get my hair cut. I had 2 or 3 girlfriends I paid to get their hair done. I could take my girlfriend on trips and pay for everything from appliance repair. But when I got married and I was an engineer, my wife was a biologist, we was dead broke. We didn't have no money. It wasn't until I left engineering and went back to appliance repair that I actually was able to have money again. And ever since I left engineering, I ain't been broke since. But that was the brokest I ever been in my life, was when I was an engineer. The brokest. My apps, big debt for sure. Some states have no trade schools that are worth it. We have retail management trade schools. No point you not going to be a real manager right out of high school. Yeah. Some of those things like that. This is another reason why I love appliance repair. Like I said, when I left engineering, when I got laid off from engineering, none of my neighbors wanted me to write any C++ code or no Visual Basic or no Unix code for them. Nobody still have came to ask me to write any code for them. But when I was laid off and I thought I didn't have a job, I still had family and friends that was calling me every day and neighbors to fix their appliances. I just won't charge them. So if you get into the skilled trades, you have something that you can actually tap right into your community, and nobody can actually cut you off. If you go get a college degree, most of the degrees, unless you're getting something like an accountant or you're getting something, some engineering now, they just made it up. Environmental engineering, all that just made up engineering. But some of the engineers you get into, you still could go out and earn a living with. But most of the stuff now, you gotta have something. You gotta have. It's almost like having a fan, and you need electricity to plug it into to make it work. If you go get a degree in nuclear engineering, what Negro got a nuclear reactor they're gonna hire you or call you to come fix it? Nobody. You gotta hope that some company or the government give you a job. If you come here to appliance boot camp, every Negro got a washer, a dryer, refrigerator. It don't matter if you are if you are an African American man. If somebody that went out and bought Thanksgiving turkeys and bought food for to cook their dinner and their refrigerator go out, they calling the first person they can get to come fix their stuff. They don't care. You could be a serial killer. They don't care. In North Carolina, in the middle of the summer, and it's 150 degrees, and your air conditioner broke. They don't care if you're a serial killer. You come fix that air conditioner. So that's why I like the skilled trade. It eliminates you having to find somebody to give you opportunity. You can create your own opportunity. Free reference for night. Free reference of Knights, America's First Choice Home Club Direct Deposit, same day, next day. Okay, via Amex. Okay, they say America's First Choice Home Club Direct Deposit, same day. So as soon as you fix it, they paying y'all the same day or the next day through American through a charge card. That's good. Okay, you got King K said his wife paid off 30,000. Okay, all right. What she does as a career, King K? First choice home. Okay, they're not ready. They got some networking going on. All right. Jay Haywood. Hey Mike, can you talk about some of your mistakes? Oh, I will be here 2 days talking about some of my mistakes. I don't know which ones you want to know. I thought I've told her all of them, but I can tell a lot more if you want to know. And you got to realize when you go into business, you're not making mistakes. You're learning. That what happens. No knock on the education system, but what happens in the school system, if you get an answer wrong, you get a bad grade, you flunk. But in business, there's no such thing as getting something wrong. You learn something. So in the process, just like you learn how to ride your bike, you get on it and you fall down. Just like if you learn how to, if you're gonna learn how to walk, kids fall, but that's how you learn how to walk. Well, the same thing in business. You try stuff, it don't work, but it's not a mistake. You just found something that didn't work. Like Thomas Edison, when he was trying to find the filament for the light bulb, and he had used like over 1,000 things he had tried, and they wouldn't work. And people ask him, don't you feel like failed? And he said, no, I just gonna figure out 1,000 things that won't work. So it wasn't he failing, but he was figuring it out. Well, the same thing in business, because the school system and society has have punished people for not getting the right answers and stuff, and not going out and taking risk and learning how to do stuff. That it makes you afraid to actually do anything. It's not mistakes. It's just a process of learning. I think one of the first thing I done, it's so many. Well, I just one was with my I didn't separate before I learned how to file banking accounts to separate my money. I would put all my money together, my house account and everything together, and I used to operate my business out of one account. And what would happen, you have these ebb and flows. When times were good, we lived like kings. When times were bad, I thought we were gonna get on food stamps, because the business is gonna suck out your money if you leave it there. You have to discipline your business. Your business takes on its own life. And if you don't discipline it and make it work off of the capital you say you got to work off of, it eat every penny you have in your bank account up. And I did not know that just starting off. I didn't have no mentors or anything. I was winging it. And so with that, it made my wife not trust me at the beginning in business, because all she saw that you had money sometime, but then you dead broke and you can't do anything the other times. So that's why when I went to the 5 banking accounts, and I tell you all about that 10% profit count, you take that 10% profit count. That's why I would take that money and I would put it on the dresser so my wife could see it every day. Wherever I went out and made, if I went out and made $500 that day, I bring $50 home and I get it in $20 bills, or I just stack it up beside the dresser where she went to sleep at so she could see it. And at the end of the week, all the money that I had stacked up, I'll take it and I had a little safe. I'll put it in the safe. And I'll tell y'all now, again, I don't have a safe no more, so don't come to my house looking for it. But I had a little safe I would put it in, and then I let it stack up and go to the bank and get those little $20 band rolls for $2,000. No, you buy them, the $20 that come in $2,000 bands. So you keep stacking them until you get 2,000, then you put a band around it and you set it to the side and you stack another one, get 2,000. After you get about 2 of those $2,000, so about $4,000 stacked into your safe, your wife will see that money stacking there. Just one day, just say, hey, I forgot to put that money in the safe. Go put that money in the safe for me. And let her go there and see that you are actually stacking that money up, and she see that your business is doing well. And she'll get newfound respect for your business, and she'll start to trust you a little bit more. Now, I've been doing this 20 years. And whenever I start a new business, I still have to do that, because my wife said, you starting a new business, you got too much going on. You're not going to make no money at it. So, and whenever I start something new, I still go through that same process just to win her over. And the reason I have to do that is because I ran us in the ditch one time. I spent all the money and we was broke. We didn't have no money. And at that time, we had a young kid, and my son was premature, and he had to have this special milk, and the milk was like $60, and you ain't got no money to buy milk now. You bad. So I done that and spent all the money, didn't have no money. So whenever I start to do something like that, those old feelings come back in her mind that, hey, you're gonna run us in the ditch. We're gonna be broke again. So from that, she's been scarred. She still feels like we can't spend money now because that time that we went really broke, and it scarred her. With me now, I'm okay. I'm okay. I can make it. But with my wife, she feel like she gotta see where the money is going. She don't want to make large purchases. She don't want to. She don't want to really enjoy the money now. So, but that was one of my mistakes, and I had so many of them, messing people's stuff up and scratching people floors, flooded kitchens. Like I told you one time, another time I had a tech, and this when I first went into head subs, I wasn't checking up on my subs and making sure that they're doing the correct jobs and stuff. I was just letting anybody go, and I wouldn't have no training. And the sub decided he was going to use a different type of connector on the dishwasher water lines, and it worked good during the summertime. But then the wintertime, when it got cold and the plastic line contracted, it would blow out the bottom of the dishwasher. It'll flood people's kitchens. And I had like $100,000 of kitchens I had to repair, and I had lawsuits going everywhere. I had to get back in the truck and go pay that $100,000 off because of that. And I had to learn that mistake. So yeah, every mistake you can think of, I've done it. Every one you can think of. All right, Mike, don't you think colleges and universities offer degrees that match up with today's job? No, they don't. They don't. They don't offer. I personally don't think they offer that. When I was in school, when I was in college, they were behind 20 years. When I was in college, they ain't caught up. When like I said, I was on the advisory board for universities. No, they ain't caught up because you have to think it's this thing called tenure. The college professor, he gets tenure and he can't get fired. And then they get what they call the college professors. They get endowed. So what happened when you go to these advisory board meetings for these universities, the professors come in and the dean come in. Lord, I'm gonna be talking too much in a second. I'm gonna go ahead.
Well, Mike, hold on. Let's
go.
Can we pause just for a quick second? To the question that's being asked, though, very similar to the story that you told about, you matched up your company or appliance repair, hour for hour, dollar for dollar. I think to the question, does it match up? I think you can go and get a college degree and work in a specific field and do well for yourself. You can live well. You can not be broke, not be paycheck to paycheck, just as someone who goes and gets a trade and does the same thing. So I think it might be a little bit unfair to say that only trades are above college degrees.
Okay, you're gonna open a can of worm here now.
Hey, that's okay.
All right.
Now, listen, college and trades are important.
Yeah, right.
Like it just depends on what you want to do ultimately. Like you graduated from college, right?
Right.
North Carolina A&T.
Right. The best school is Aggie Pride.
Hold on. For all my Eagles here, shout out to y'all. And if you're not here, you need to get on here. But no, seriously, I think that there are people who go and they receive college degrees and they live a good life. I know many people have done that, but I'm also fortunate to know people who have excelled in having trades and starting businesses just as yourself. Like everything you've done is excellent, but I wouldn't necessarily say is not equitable or not equal with someone who attended college and is working and becomes a doctor or a lawyer or a principal or whatever their job choice is. I think they're making a living for themselves and they did it through college. This avenue is just another avenue for people who aren't like you said, maybe not the most studious or maybe not super focused on attending college or going to school. But this is a great avenue for them as well. So I think they're both equally important.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna counter that. I think I would give accounting. I'll say accounting is a degree that would be well worth it. Okay. Doctors, I don't think the cost to become a doctor is not worth. To me, it's not worth the reward. And the reason I say it's not worth the reward, you got what 10 years you got to go to become a doctor. The knee hasn't changed since the beginning of the time. So the knee ain't getting redeveloped. These guys who are coming here now and going to work, say for instance, appliance, now we have to you have to work on Wi-Fi. You gotta be able to do all the new stuff. Technology is changing all the time, so the stuff that you learn to work on is obsolete 2 years later. The stuff that the doctor learned to work on is not going obsolete. Now, the other thing that happens with a doctor, you never get to a point where you can actually walk away. You always got to go back and you got to perform that surgery. If you're a dentist, you always got to be the person to go back and put your hand in that person's mouth. It doesn't give you a chance to actually expand and step away. The skilled trades, after you come in and say for instance, a plant, you're gonna become a paint contractor. After a year or two, you can hire 3 or 4 people to come paint for you, and you don't never have to go back and paint again. You're totally out. Though people who go to college, they have to constantly keep going there, and they never get a chance to actually step away and just have passive income from their career and their investment in their education. And last but not least, I think a lot of times what happens if it wasn't for the credit system that we have here in America, I think we would see a lot more of those college graduates that give us the persona that we think they're doing well. I think if it wasn't for the credit system and they didn't have the credit to actually to give off that persona, I think we'll see a lot more of what was really going on behind the curtains. But I think prior to the early, I say about the mid 90s before college was worth it. I don't think after the mid 90s, I don't think it's been worth it.
It's probably a super philosophical question.
Go ahead.
Do you love what you do?
Oh, hell yeah, I do.
You love what you do?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you make money doing it?
Yes.
I think there are probably a good amount of Americans and probably even greater amount of people who actually attended college who will answer yes to both of those questions as well. But that's philosophical though.
Yeah, right.
That's philosophical. I think there are people in both fields who have entered their field because of one reason or another, but ultimately they continue to go back. In some cases, maybe because they have to, but more often than not, because they want to do it. If you spend your time and energy and money and, sometimes even your debt on, attending college or attending trade school or, whatever the case may be, you're doing it because you want to do it. So because your desire is to engage in whatever the activity is, I think it drives you to want to continue doing it and keep coming back. So I just don't want to knock it. I don't want to knock college or education.
Okay. Let me clarify this. I'm not saying I'm not knocking education. I'm knocking the university system. Because what happened, these guys now, they're self-educating themselves. These guys study all night and they're learning now how to actually study and stuff. What I'm knocking is the education system, how they're trying to deliver education now. Where now like we're just, for instance, I'll say this: a lot of people coming to appliance boot camp, they don't know how to research. Not the schools and stuff that you all are in, but because I know you all do a great job teaching kids how to research. But what happened? The schools are so geared towards testing. They test the kids so much and geared towards the integrated testing that you don't have time for the kids to actually learn how to research anymore. So what happened? The kids now they're just learning how to regurgitate and memorize stuff. So now when I tell somebody you need to go out and you need to research the appliance you're going to work on, they don't know what researching the appliance is. They say, "What I need to study." I don't know. That's why you're researching, to find out what you want to study. But what I'm looking for, I don't know. That's what you researching to find what you're looking for. And I think that right there is what kills what the education system now has made everybody too dependent on somebody else providing them the answer, somebody else providing them income, providing them a job. And then I'm gonna say this: how old are you now?
I'm 30.
5 more years. 5 more years. 5 years. What happened at 35 years old? No man wants another man telling them what to do. I don't care who it is or what. Honest to God, I'm telling you, at 35, it's gonna hit, and you don't want to hear nothing about nobody, no man telling you what to do. You don't want no man telling you when you gotta come to work. You don't want no man telling you how much money you're gonna make. You don't want none of that. No man telling you that anymore again. So at 30, when you hit 35, because this mainly who come to me, men 35 to 55. At 35, something happens with a man where he said, "This is enough. I don't want another man ever telling me whatever to do again."
I definitely think on this topic, we can go on and on forever because our perspectives, while they have some similarities, they also have some differences.
Yeah, they do.
So hopefully you have me back on.
You
can continue this dialogue.
We are.
I like it. And I think the people in the chat like it as well.
Yeah, they do. I want to thank all 83 people who's watching. But that's something that that needs to go. Because I think when I first got out of college, those God knows, once again, that was the brokest I've ever been in my life. Even though I was broke, I was happy to tell somebody I was an engineer. I wasn't making no money. I even, matter of fact, that used to be my pickup line when I would go to the club. I had my business card that had engineer on it. So I would go to the young ladies and they'd be talking to somebody. I'd be like, I see you busy right now. Just take my card and call me later. And they would see the word engineer and they'd think you had some money. I was dead broke. And it was just crazy. And I think what happens too, in the education system, you're around a lot more college educated people. So one of the first questions when you meet somebody new, what's one of the first questions that you all ask? And I haven't had this asked to me, and God knows, in years, but I almost know what one of the first questions are.
Sometimes, you're going to ask somebody, what do they do?
What's
their occupation? What's their profession?
And then you're going to ask them where they go where?
To school.
School, yeah. Now, when I was in corporate America, around a lot of that was the conversation all the time. When you went out, so what you do, where you work at, where you go to school. That was the question that was asked all the time. When I finally got out of corporate America, and I got out around some real millionaires. I mean, people who really were millionaires, and I knew they had money. I don't know where any of them went to school at. I'm pretty sure they went to school. Never asked me where I've been to school. Most of the time, then people want to know the story. Well, how do you start your business? You want to know the backstory. But when I was in corporate America, everybody want to know where you went to school. All right, we're gonna read a couple more. If you want to find one you want to read, you can read it. And we got about 8 more minutes, and we're gonna jump off. It's the holidays, so I'm gonna be mindful of the time. The young lady said I'm not mindful of y'all times. I'm gonna be mindful. Okay. Here go my apps. Mike, many college degrees. This is not me saying this now, Wallace. It's somebody else. Many college degrees are trash, no value. Someone has to give you a job. Your skills do not allow you to start a business. Okay. Yeah. College degrees can help evaluate a person's business depending on the field.
Let's talk about both of those. Just
all right,
for a quick second. Go ahead. I know my apps. He said college degrees are trash, no value. Someone has to give you a job. Well, there are many jobs that you can't get without a degree, and oftentimes the degree gives you the skill set. It gives you the knowledge and the tools that you need. So again, college degrees are trash. If you didn't have someone with a college degree, how could you go to the dentist? How could you go to the doctor? How could you go and learn something? Right now, these people that are tuning in are listening to someone who, yes, is an entrepreneur, but also has a college degree.
All right.
So I respectfully would like to disagree with you, unfortunately, on this specific topic, that college degrees are trash, because I believe the exact opposite. And then right underneath, I'm thankful. Who is that? King K. College degrees can help elevate a person's business depending on that field. I think that's very important to know.
Okay. All right.
I think there are definitely some fields where you might can get in without a college degree and you might experience a certain level of success, but there are still some tools and some tricks and information that you may not know if you don't go somewhere and acquire it from someone who does know. That may not always be college, but if you don't have a mentor or someone to gather that information from, there are institutions of higher learning where you can go around and be around people who have experience and who learn and who can teach. So I just want to throw that tidbit in there.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna rebuttal what he just said and go back. Now, same thing. far as the dentists and the doctors and stuff, you can go back centuries and you can see where they're doing dental work in Egypt and doing major surgeries prior to any doctors and stuff. So the university didn't have to teach you. The way it used to be is kind of what we're doing here now in appliance boot camp. You went to you became an apprentice under somebody who knew that trade or whatever you were going to get into. You would actually go work for them for a short period of time as an apprenticeship, and then from there they would release you into another area and you go out and you do your own thing. Now, the stuff with the licenses and the trades and all that came along right after slavery. What happened when slavery ended, we were the master tradesmen. We done everything. We were the doctors on the plantations. We were the nurses on the plantation. We were the carpenters. We were the welders. We done everything because that was our job. We done everything. If you were sick, they didn't call no white doctor. They went out there and got the black doctor, the slave doctor that fixed all the slaves. He came and fixed you. Same thing, the nurses and all that. Well, after slavery, the slaves then started to migrate up north to get jobs. When they start migrating up north to get jobs, they start pushing the whites out. And the whites then say, hey, we can't compete against these guys. We need to start these trade unions and start licenses and say, okay, in order for you to be a carpenter, in order for you to be a blacksmith, you have to belong to the trade union and have a license. And they would say no blacks could actually get in. So that kind of pushed you out from getting able to get out into that trade. So just like now, braiding hair, like you have you twisting your hair. We've been braiding our hairs forever. But in Texas, now the state is coming in because there's money involved. It's telling these sisters that in order for them to braid their hair, they now gotta go get a cosmetology license to braid their daughter's hair. And all they're doing, that when they start putting these gaps in and say, okay, in order for you to practice this trade or that trade, you gotta go get a government certification stuff. It's just something to use to close the door on somebody else and regulate the money that's getting flowed through. That's my opinion. All right. Okay, we're gonna read. Talking about they can't maximize their potential generally. Yeah, that's mainly what we're saying. He's saying about the college degrees. You can't maximize your potential because, like I say, if you're a dentist, if you're a dentist, you got to get up every day and go clean somebody's teeth. You like it up until your 30s. When you get to be 48, like I am now, I don't want to stick my hand in nobody's mouth and floss their teeth anymore. I don't want to go get up under nobody's washer anymore. But I can actually train younger people who have the back and have the energy to go up under there and do it. And I don't have to go. And I can maximize my potential. And instead of me having one Mike Sneed, I can have 500 Mike Sneeds. But you that one dentist, you got to get up every day. Even if you're sick, you got to get up and go. And that's the thing that painted the doctors in the corner, because what happened, the doctors done that to keep from having competition, but they painted themselves in the corner where now they have to get up and go do that surgery every time. And I don't care if you done the first 2 or 3 times you do it, it's fun. The 1300th time you do it, it ain't no fun. It's no good. It's getting to be 9 o'clock. We're gonna read this one. AV Center. I dropped out of public school, became a plumber. My sister went to a private school for her whole life and college for 8 years, and she has yet to make more money than me in a single year. Yeah, it's hard to be the trades making money. It's just, I'm gonna be honest. A job is it's just not gonna be fair to put a job against a trade, because a trade is really a business.
That's a question right above.
Go ahead. Take that one.
V Johnson. Mike, I have a question for your guest. If you had to do it all over again, would you get your degree, and why?
There you go.
All right. That's for you.
That's for your guest.
Yeah. He want to ask you.
I have a question for your guest. That's you.
Oh man, I thought that, the people in the chat were the guests.
No.
If I had to do it all again, would I attend the illustrious North Carolina Central University, historically Black college in Durham, North Carolina, all over again? Without a shadow of a doubt. Ultimately, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in right now had I not attended college. One, the profession that I work in, you can't do without being certified. And then you have to go above and beyond to reach the level where I'm currently at. So, of course, I would definitely do it again without a shadow of a doubt. But not just for the professionalism, but for the experience.
There you go. Yeah.
You know, I don't in the chat, I don't know how many of you, you know, may have attended college or considered a historical Black college or university, but the experience is like no other, especially when you have the opportunity, you know, to be a minority. I mean, I'm sorry, a majority. Typically, when you go places, if you're African American descent, you'll be a minority. But that is a place where you can grow, you can learn, you can flourish, you can have mentors, and you're the majority. The energy is just amazing. So, and honestly, Mike, I wouldn't know you if I didn't at one point go to school. I wouldn't know you. You know, through the series of people that I met, through your endeavors, through my endeavors. Yeah, we've been able to come here together today, and that just would not be possible without attending college. So, Mr. V. Johnson, thank you for your question. I would absolutely do it again. Mike, real quick though.
Would I do it?
Would you do it again?
Oh yeah, yes. I would
go back to A&T if you had to.
If to go back to my experience at A&T when I went, yes. Like I said, it wasn't at that point in time. It wasn't. It wasn't nothing where I was getting myself in debt. My family, my parents and stuff wasn't going into debt. Now, if I was a young man or a young lady now, and my parents didn't have no money for me to pay, and I had to go sign a student loan, I wouldn't set one foot on that thing. They could have it then. But to go back to the time I went, yes, you could then go and get the college experience and not have to pay for it for the rest of your life. Now to go get that college experience, you're gonna pay for it the rest of your life because the salaries are going down. I went and looked at the engineering salaries. They actually lower now than when I was an engineer. So the salaries are actually going down. They're not really going up. And they're requiring you to do more work. And now home, that's good. That sucks. Because now you can't get away from work. They expect you to be able to answer your phone all the time.
Mike, the chat is jumping. They're saying that knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And, tonight should have been a 2-hour. Unfortunately, it can't happen tonight. I think we might should do this again.
Yeah, you come back. Anytime you get ready to come back, you come back. I love it. Jackson State University was in the middle of my neighborhood in a very dangerous location, but it's in the heart of the ghetto. Unfortunately, a lot of the HBCUs were in the heart of the ghetto because they were built in African American communities. Unfortunately, it's just not many resources. You all know, I have to tell you now, just not many resources come through our community. But now, if you go look at the HBCUs, their campus now, they're transformed. Yeah, they're amazing. They up the par as everything. So yeah, it was A&T. I had a great time at A&T. My best friends. I got. It's almost like I had a second life. I had my life from childhood to high school. And I had my best friends there. Then from college on, I have my best friends. And my best friends I met in college still remain my best friend because we had a lot more in common. The friends I met in high school and hung out with, we still good friends, but a lot of them we don't have the commonality of what college and the new careers and stuff offer. So yeah, that was good. But like I say, if they don't have the money, I wouldn't allow them to go into debt to do it. All right. Once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. And I think you're going to be doing a YouTube channel maybe coming up soon.
I am going to be doing a YouTube channel. Next time I come back, I promise to have the information for you all.
Yeah.
Hopefully you tune in. There will be some very invigorating and engaging conversations, very similar to the one that we're having here today. We have some additional topics that we like to discuss, but, for the most part, we'll be talking about historically Black colleges and universities and how we can support students and, their endeavors as they, begin to want to attend HBCU. So shout out to that. And, hopefully I get to speak to you all again soon.
He will. Thank everybody for watching. If you haven't already, I posted a link up in the community page. If you want to buy some popcorn, you can go ahead and buy some popcorn. Thank y'all again for those who have bought. Like I said, y'all I sold out. So I can be popping popcorn. And everybody, y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy the holidays coming up. All this money and stuff you all have made. Go out and bless somebody. Find you a family that might not be doing that well, and go out and bless them for the holidays. Y'all done made enough money. I seen those checks and stuff y'all had. Now's the time where you go out and you be the real Santa Claus in your community. Adopt you a family over the weekend, and don't tell them that you're doing it. Don't tell nobody you're doing it. That's when it's really fun, when you can just send some money out to somebody and to a family and don't get none of the rewards and just see them get happy that they got blessed. So do that. And I'll talk to you all later. I'll see you all on Monday. And like I said, buy some popcorn. If you hadn't already, go sign up for Appliance Boot Camp. That's a great gift that you can give to somebody. If you want to give it to somebody who might be struggling a little bit, give them Appliance Boot Camp. Next year is going to be better than this year as far as the